Hi YouTube, it's Alejandro. Sorry for the small delay. I've been busy lately. I mean, my great aunt has visited, so, couldn't really do any videos until she left, and she's gone now. Plus, yesterday I celebrated my birthday, which was the 25th of September. It was yesterday today, but it'll probably be the day before yesterday by the time this video is uploaded. But yeah, now I'm going to be doing a review over the Digimon Adventure 02 Armadillomon with the Digi-Egg of Knowledge Ultra Armor Evolution set thing, which I was lucky enough to find this on Amazon. It was really expensive, but being a collector, I just had to have it, and I bought it, so yeah, I've had it for a little while now, but yeah, I'm finally doing the review. Now, really quick, as always, I'm now going to look at the box really quick that it came in. So now really quick at the box, this is the third in the set, blah blah blah, blah blah blah. Got a really cool anime picture of Digmon right there. Bandai from Digimon Adventure 02, official branding thing there. Right here you got the data for the Digmon, the attacks and stuff. On this side you have the stats for Armadillomon and shows that he has the Digi-Egg of Knowledge. On the bottom you got what's the contents, but it's in Japanese. And on the back you have all the other Armor Evolution things in the line, the mix and match parts little thing you got right there, how the transformation works, bios then are in Japanese that I can't read, and his partner from the show, Cody from the English dub. And that's it for the box. Now on to the figure that comes in this box set. First you get the Armadillomon figure, which looks really nice. You have all these details on the shell like a real armadillo, like a checkerboard. Have a little hole right there. Very nice detailed green anime looking eyes. The little mouth is molded in there, black nose. The white line over there on the head. Some red marks, which are accurate. Got a purple for the stomach. Got painted in toes, claws. Tail has a little bit of spike details right there. And the ears, which do look nice, are made of a soft plastic. So the only thing that's kind of bugs me about that is because of that the ears are a little uneven. But that's not really a big deal when he's in Digmon mode. The only thing that's really missing as far as details go would be the white line that goes like in the middle of the shell. So yeah, he looks really cool. Very show accurate for the most part. And he's a little bigger than I thought when I first saw him in the package in person. Speaking of which, for size comparison, here it is next to the Hawkmon figure, which is from the same figure line. Now remember to keep in mind these figures came out in Japan like over a decade ago, so they're pretty old. But still pretty cool figures for the most part, and definitely for any collector or longtime fan of Digimon. Now, while I love Armadillomon, the only thing that really kind of bums me about this guy is the fact that, well, at least where I'm from, I pretty much see armadillos on a daily basis that are pretty much, unfortunately, roadkill. So while I love this guy, where I'm from, armadillos are practically on the extinct list, so it's kind of a little sad, really. But personal topics aside, moving on to the articulation. For the front legs, they are on a ball joint, so they can go forward, back. They are on a swivel. And the paws are on a joint that goes forward and back about this much. So you got some rotation, you got forward movement. There's not really a little bit of in and out movement, but not really anything too fancy with that. As for the back legs, they are on a ball joint. So they can go forward, they can go back, they can go out. And they're also on this joint here, which lets them move back. So you can fold them up, extend them. And the foot is on a ball joint, so you can rotate that around. So you have full rotation of that, because of the ball joint. So you got pretty good rotation on the back, articulation on the back legs. As for the head, doesn't really have anything except that you can pop it forward, thanks to the transformation joints. And speaking of the transformation joints, you can also, the midsection can rotate full 360. Now this is due to his other transformation to the Submarimon mode, which the armor pieces for that mode are sold separately, unfortunately, but yeah, that's how you get him into that configuration. I mean, you do have a little bit of articulation in the midsection, but it's mainly due to that transformation. And remember to keep in mind, even if you do use this articulation, only the midsection moves, not the head itself. It does not move with it, because they are not one piece. But yeah, that's basically how it works for the transformation. And last but not least, the tail, which is on two joints. On the tip and on the midsection, which, if you leave down, it's kind of droopy, but you can just leave it up, and it's nice and secure. It doesn't droop or around or anything. But yeah, I mean, it's a nice little feature, a little added articulation. You can have it up, down. Doesn't really add much, but it's still really nice for what it is. Looks really good. It's bigger than I thought it was, again, for comparison. Here it is with the Hawkmon figure. Honestly, it's a little bigger than what I thought it would be from the package, but it's a nice, good size. And it does scale pretty well. The articulation is fairly good, especially for a figure this size. And yeah, that's about it for the main base figure. Now moving on to the armor parts. And then moving on to all the armor pieces, you get the head part, the backplate part, the 2 legs, the 2 main hand drills, the 2 lower hand scoop claw hands. And yeah, when put all together, these armor pieces make the Digi-Egg, or Digimantle if you're Japanese, I guess, of knowledge. And yeah, now going to show the steps piece by piece. Now, starting with the legs. Just take them and you fold them in a little bit, like that. Kind of shrink them, collapse them in on themselves. Then you take this tab right, you get this slot right here, and the tab right there, which just connects. And you'll notice you also have these little slots right here. These 2 little holes, places right here. Basically, you just line it all together. But except on the bottom, these line up nice, but on the bottom, they're just a little far from each other. I'm not sure if that really matters much, but it's just worth noting, at least on my version of this figure. So you got the legs, and they do kind of pop apart a little bit, but that's not too big to note, mind. So yeah, that's the legs. Then for the chest part, you basically take the wings if they're already out, you rotate them, and fold them in. And they do fit in nice and snug. Perfect shape gap for them to be in. And that's it for the chest piece. Well, not chest, back piece. You take the arm drill pieces, open them up, fold them in, the drills. And remember to keep in mind that these arms are left and right specific. Right here. There's an L. As well as right here. There is an R. Sorry if the focus is a little hard to see. Yeah, there you can see it for a second. So yeah, they are left and right specific. Like I said, just fold in the drills. And then you take them. You just, as you can see, there's a peg right there, hole right there. Just line them up. And you get this little piece that will wrap around the others in a little bit. Then you take the scoop claws, take the ball joints, you just fold them in that gap right there. They have a little tab right here that you can use to pull them back out later. Do the same for both. And you're also going to want to take the scoop pieces and fold them, flip them out a little bit. They're connected by this peg. It goes into that hole right there. You just want to untab that, have them like this. Then you take the head, make sure the drill is all the way inward if it's not already. Then you take the claws and put them in these spots on the left and right, which is where you put the claws. Put them on both sides, and try to match the claws with the gaps in the other claws like this. And it should not fall out. Then there's a hole right there that connects into this peg. And you got that. Now you take the legs, and you'll notice on the sides they have these little groove sections right here that slide into these parts right here on the inside. Just slide it in. Sorry, my camera work's not that good. It can pop out, but that's what the next section is for. As you'll notice right here, there is a tab right there. Hole right there, hole right there, another tab on this side. So you just tab it in, and you wrap it around. Like so. And once you've done all those steps, you now officially have built the Digi-Egg of Knowledge. And of course you rotate it. And it looks really nice. All the symbols are perfect. You got the Crest of Knowledge sideways like that. You got a visible screw, but that's not too big a deal. You got the purple marks. You have all the marks on the back, which look really nice. Honestly, the back of it looks better to me than the actual supposed front because of all the marks. Now, the only things that aren't really accurate are the visible feet and the eyes, which are right there. But I've noticed that if you take the feet part out, which you can make the egg without the feet, it does look way more accurate. And if you also look in there, you can see like some, junk from the drills, the antennae. I also never really understood why the drill was kind of shortened on there when it could have been fully extended. But yeah, you also got some detailed ribbon bits right there around the drill. And yeah, for the most part, it looks very show accurate. It's pretty cool, it's solid. Legs can fall out if it's not perfectly snugged enough. If they're not snugged in the egg enough. But yeah, that's it for that. It's a good size. And for comparison, here it is next to the Digi-Egg of Love, which came with the Hawkmon figure. They're the same size and look pretty good together. So that's a comparison with these two Digi-Eggs. And last but not least, the combination with Armadillomon. So first off, you're going to have to disattach all the pieces, which I will do off screen. Now to start off the transformation, you're going to have to get the Armadillomon figure. To start off, you take the head, fold it up. Then you flip these shell pieces, fold those up. They're on hinges right here. Then you take the tail, fold that in on this double hinge. You take this back section and you push that out. Then you pull that piece back up. Move the legs downward. And you take the arms, which are on the swivel, and you rotate them down. And that's pretty much it for the Armadillomon. Next, on to the armor pieces. Starting off with the legs, you just open them up again. They have a joint right there, a ball joint, which there are holes on the bottom of the leg. Just connect them on there. Now you could try extending the legs, but I think it's best to just fold them up so they can fit nice into that shape, because I don't really think there's any other way to do it. Now, if you're not really securing them properly, the best thing to do would just be pop off the leg, which, like with my Hawkmon figure, the legs don't seem to be floppy or anything. So yeah, you just pop up the leg, make sure it's nice and connected to there, then you just reattach it easy as that. Do the same for both legs. Make sure the ball joints are connected nice and smoothly. The instructions don't say you have to pop out the legs, but I think it's the best, most effective way to make sure they are nice and tightly connected. As you can see, the legs folded up perfectly fit in that little gap right there. Remove the drills. As I mentioned, left and right specific, you flip the drills back up, you close them. This is the left one, this is the right one. Gonna take the scoop claws. As I mentioned, there are little parts right there where you can flip those out. And also keep in mind that the scoop claws are left and right specific. On the inside shows an R on the left, this one's the right one, and this one's the left one. Now how you put those in is there are clips on the sides of the stomach. Just clip in the ball joints. You'll hear a nice snapping. And those are properly now connected. And you're about halfway done. As I mentioned, the arms are left and right specific, so all you gotta do is take the, little holes in the back bottom of the hands and take the ball joint right there and just put it over the hands. Do the same for both. And there, you're just about done. Now for the Digmon helmet piece, you take the drill, which is on a hinge, and you just fold it out as much as you can. Then you take the, antennae and just flip them up. Take the head and put the helmet on. Got a little clip right there that goes over the head that connects it nice and securely. And last but not least, the back piece. take out the wings, flip them, rotate them, and has a ball joint that goes into the hole on the back of the armor. And you gotta make sure the ears go in, so that way the back piece wraps around the ears, so those are hidden. And so once you have all the armor pieces together, you have the completed Digimon figure. Now, honestly, my comments on this guy, I might be a little biased, honestly, because Digimon has always been one of my favorite armored Digivolutions, since I just really love his color. I mean, with the gold and the drills. I really like drills. Have nice detail on the drills. Scoop claws are really cool. Got the green eyes, the rivets on around there, as I mentioned. You got some red on the feelers, on the antennae. Yeah, it just looks really cool. Now for the articulations, it's got the same ball joints from Digmon's legs, so they got some pretty good rotation. The foot piece itself is also on a hinge, so it can go in and out. Got no rotation on the chest. The scoop claws are on ball joints, so they can go fully rotate, go in and out. And you also have the little joint right there on the scoop claw piece itself. So yeah, you got some pretty good rotation on those. And for the arms, they can go up, down, they can swivel. Got nothing on the head. And you also have the little wings on the back, which have some pretty good bug-like detail on them, which are on ball joints that have a little bit of movement on them, but not too much, but it's still a neat feature that they're included anyway. The articulation on this figure is pretty decent, at best, but it looks really cool. And as for the height, here it is in comparison next to the the Japanese Armor Digivolving Halsmon figure. So you can get a comparison in scale. A little bit bigger than Halsmon, and scales pretty well too.